Hi there, ghosts and ghouls. Warlock Boo here, and I'm just setting up for one of my favorite holidays. Halloween is next week, so I got a real treat for y'all. I'm doing 7 days of spooky stories this week before Halloween, so you all can get a nice feel of something spooky. I'm even bringing back my SCP category just for y'all to enjoy this week. But what's my first story? Well, it's a nice little Halloween-y treat. This is The Nice Man Invited Me into the Creepy House by ByfelsDisciple. Enjoy. Everyone knew that Mr. Silas was guilty. Everyone also knew that Mr. Silas was rich. That's why he lived in the giant house at the end of Hill Street. It's the reason 6 of the most expensive defense attorneys in the state were by his side at the funeral. It is, in fact, the reason that no one went to jail after they laid his young son and wife in the ground. He said he wasn't guilty, but everyone knew how dangerous he really was, and no one questioned why he never shed a tear. Don't go trick-or-treating at the Silas house at the end of Hill Street, every parent in town would say to their children. The kids would roll their eyes because they'd heard the same warning dozens of times. So when little Susie Walker, 4 feet tall, walked up to Silas' driveway on Halloween night, she was all alone. She smiled innocently as her little black cape bounced along behind her, head bobbing slightly as she worked her way up the street path. Mr. Silas looked surprised when he opened the door. "Hello, little girl. I wasn't expecting any trick-or-treaters." He looked around her. "Are you all alone?" "Yep," she squeaked with her innocent smile. Mr. Silas looked up and down his driveway again and began to smile to himself. "Why don't you come inside? I might have some candy in my kitchen." He stepped aside and little Susie Walker trotted right behind him. He quietly closed the door behind her. When he looked back, she was staring at him expectantly. "I'm pretty hungry, you know," he nodded, rubbing his hands together. "I can understand that hunger. Please, follow me." She doesn't move. "It's been a while since I've eaten, you know. One meal can sustain me for quite some time, so I like to be selective in my choices." Her feet remained in place, but her hand reached up and locked the door. A smile grew on her face, and fangs grew from her gums. "And screams taste like candy. But I bet you already knew that." No one who looked like little Susie Walker was ever seen again, but she wasn't missed. That's because no one by that name lived in the town. Anyone except for the reclusive Mr. Silas would have known that. Mr. Silas was never ever seen again. He wasn't missed either, but that was for a different reason altogether now. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that, and don't worry, I will have a review next Sunday, and it's going to be a really good Halloween-y review. It's going to be Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm reviewing the whole series, and I've been looking forward to this one. But what do you think? You like my first story, my spooky week time? Or did you just think it was horrible and want to scream at me? Leave me a comment down below with whatever you want to do. And hit that like button and subscribe to me. It helps me out so well. You don't know how well it helps me because I just hit 100. And next week, I'm going to be doing something very special for that. I'm going to be doing a question and answer. So if anyone wants to leave me any questions or just a comment and have me read it, I will be doing that. You can leave it on any of my videos or on my Twitter account, which the link is below. Until then, this has been Warlock Boo, hoping to be spooking y'all later. Bye. I found you!
No! No! No!